Welcome. You're listening to the calming sounds of the Tidepool Orchestra. Side A. Welcome. You're listening to the calming sounds of the Tidepool Orchestra. Side A.
Alright, hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Tidepool Orchestra. Episode was...
Orchestra.
What?
I just said orchestra. I don't know. I thought we were all going at the same time.
That's fine. Tidepool
Okay.
Orchestra. I think this is episode 16. I think. And this is actually the 5th episode since we started it back up in 2018. Which, if you're looking back at the 2012 episodes, especially around episode 5 of that, which is on the YouTube channel, you can find it there, you will realize that usually around the 5th episode of things is when I either give up or go a little bit crazy and mad with power to try to change it up and make sure it lasts. Here with us today are Noah.
Hi.
Noah was already talking earlier, so you already knew he was there. Mike.
Hello, I'm Mike, and I'm here.
And our returning guest from last week is Kat.
Hello.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to do a couple of news things with the Tidepool Orchestra. We got a new subscriber on the YouTube. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Let me check the Twitter, because I know that we got a lot more followers on that. We went from last week we had 7 followers, and now we have 27 followers, so that's pretty good. And then
That's a 1 week net gain of 20.
And then for...
Are they actual people, or are they bots again?
Most of them are people. What do you mean again?
I mean, didn't we have like 11 at some point, and then it turns out that most of them were bots, and they got deleted by Twitter, and then we were back down to 7?
Yeah. And I did just check the notifications, and we do have a tweet at the Tidepool Orchestra that says, if you want to make $300 a day, go to the link on at Surveys Club bio and sign up at surveybucks.org. They pay $150 for taking the first survey and $20 to $50 for each survey after. Link in surveys.
Wait, are they sponsoring this?
Send me
No,
those
they
surveys.
are not. So
Can we get sponsored by Swagbucks?
It's an original tweet, and then every single subtweet after that is by the same account, just adding more ats. And we are among the list, several hundred people being added at with this.
Hey, don't at me.
I would advise not doing Surveys Club. And then the Facebook page is at 64, so we got 3 new likes this week.
Sweet.
Fucking heck yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Tidepool Orchestra updates.
Alright, that was it. That was the show, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
Cue outro music.
That was a short
We don't have
episode.
that.
It's only 3 minutes, man. Come on. We got more shit to do.
Then let's do it.
Kat, you're a returning guest, and last week we talked over you like hella, because there were like 6 people, and now there are only 4. Why don't you remind our listeners who you are?
So my name is Kat. I am Mike's girlfriend / fiance. And I like cats.
Can I ask you a question?
I guess.
If 2 trains are traveling equal speed but going in opposite directions, and there's a... I don't actually have this question ready.
I know you don't have it ready, but the way you said it, on my end, it sounded like you didn't say trains. It sounded like you said trans.
Oh, Let's not get all topical here, buddy.
Two trans individuals of indeterminate and unnecessary to define gender are walking in equal speeds and going in opposite directions
They are both worthy of love, and they are both human beings.
on a train
Good.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So no.
I've got a word problem for Kat.
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
do word problems.
It's the trolley problem.
Yeah. I love the
Hey.
trolley problem.
Hey, Kat. You are at a lever that controls the tracks to a train track. And there's a trolley that's just cruising down 90 miles per hour down the train track. And on the track it's currently going on, it's going to roll over 5 people. The track you can change it to by throwing the lever is going to run over 1 person. And it's before the split in the tracks. Do you throw the lever and have it run over the 1 person, or do you let the 5 people die?
It's a moral dilemma, isn't it? Like, on the one hand, if you do nothing, these 5 human beings die. But if you do something, 1 human being will die at your hands.
Well, the thing about this problem is that it's not about the answer, it's about your thought process. And in both instances, you're a monster.
Well,
Because
Can
you
I
either
give my
let
answer?
5 people die,
you can become...
or you kill 1 person. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
You either let 5 people die, or you kill 1 person.
I'm not going to answer this question. I hate this question.
Can I answer this question?
Yes.
All right. I let the first set of wheels cross the split, and then I throw the lever to where
Multi-dimensional track shifting.
Yeah.
multi-track drifting. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
My favorite...
all in my hands.
My favorite version of this thought experiment is the Theseus version, where like you could throw the track now, right? You could throw the lever. The 1 person tied up on the tracks, he's actually tied up like hundreds and hundreds of miles away, and along the way that the train goes, the trolley, along the way, it takes stops, and 1 by 1, every single piece on the trolley is replaced. In which case, are you still a murderer? Is it the same trolley, or...
Why is no one helping this person off of the tracks?
I know, that's what I want to know.
When I was
In all
younger...
honesty, if it went based off of my answer, the trolley would actually be thrown off the tracks, and everyone not on the trolley would live.
When I was
We're gonna
younger...
pretend like the Sorry, I was gonna say we're gonna pretend like the trolley only has a conductor on board, a very murderous conductor who has reckless
Fuck
regard
that guy.
for everybody on the train.
Yeah, so I kill a murderer and save 6 people. I'm the hero.
When I was much younger, I came home from school one day and my dad was telling me, my stepmom saw somebody on the news get killed by a train, and she said it sucks too because the train tried to swerve out of the way at the last second but couldn't. To which I responded, how did you come upon that? I mean...
Yeah, trains can't swerve.
She was like 45 years old and thought all her life that trains had steering wheels.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
I was like, they run on a track, and she's like, yeah, but what about when the track splits? So I guess
she's adorable.
I hate her. I hated her so much. More cat questions. Yay!
Yeah.
Cat, what
Yay.
you mentioned last week that you do art.
I do.
All right, cool. Next question. What else do you do?
So I have always been, going back to art, I went to school for 7 years for a 4-year degree in graphic design. I have always been into, making jewelry and As a kid, I wrote books. And I mean, like I said, I make jewelry. I do pretty much any crafting thing that you can find, like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I've done it, like leatherworking, polymer clay, painting,
Any
drawing.
crafting thing she can find in my house.
No, Michael's a craft store, not Michael's house.
Have you ever made a burrito so hot that you yourself could not eat it? Is that an arts and crafts?
I mean, I had a burrito for dinner today, but
Nice. See?
yeah,
I'm not
it
as
was free
stupid
right
as
now.
I am.
But did you make it?
I told them what to put in it.
Okay.
So it was an art commission. Got it.
Yeah, it was a commission. Yeah, I had this
Was
guy
it
named Mo
Chipotle?
make it.
No, we don't do Chipotle.
We
I
don't
do
take kindly to Chipotle around these parts.
Would you consider an assassin as somebody who works on commission?
They absolutely
Yeah.
work on commission.
Can they do it for the exposure?
That's the exact opposite of what they want.
I want to find like an assassin, be like, all right, I need you to take a hit on this guy, and then I slowly slide a picture across the table and pick up the picture, and they're like, this is you, and I'd be like, yes.
I
Make
mean,
Make sure he doesn't see it coming.
Goku did it.
What's a
Go.
What's a
Go ahead.
But yeah, so other than arts and crafts,
All right, yeah, let's just go back to talking about her. Fucking narcissist.
yeah, of course. I know, right?
I heard that the French people reestablished the guillotine in a large public square as a threat towards their leaders, so they're gonna like fucking behead them again, like the French Revolution, and history is repeating itself. Did you guys hear about that?
Good.
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 Cool.
Here's what I have to say about that, right? All these rich, like weird French leaders, you know, they're doing awful jobs right now. I think they should just eat cake. Do you guys get my joke?
Is it
Yeah,
too late to quit the podcast?
That's a Marie Antoinette reference.
Yeah.
I found out I'm related to Marie Antoinette.
Well, then you should have gotten that, Mike.
I did get it. I just didn't enjoy it.
He doesn't like jokes about beheading his ancestors.
Right.
I, quite frankly,
I would rather hear jokes about beheading me.
No.
Damn.
Suicide Race, go.
I'm actually holding a knife, so don't say that.
Shit.
This is a dark episode. Have you guys... Sorry.
Go ahead. Brian? Am I the last person on Earth?
Yeah. If you were the last person on... Kat, if you were the last person on Earth, what would you do? And then we'll all answer that question, because I didn't actually prepare enough questions.
Last person on Earth?
You're the last person on Earth. What would you do?
Get fat.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a valid answer. Can I change the question slightly?
Yes.
You are not the last zombie on Earth.
I would fuck another zombie and create a massive race of zombie people.
But you're not a zombie. You're a person in a world full of zombies. They'll just eat you.
I would have them turn me into a zombie because life as a human being would be miserable.
Gotta
and then
join.
I'd make a giant.
See,
Gotta join. When in
Way to
Rome.
be a follower.
Yeah, you gotta join the winning side. And honestly, this is why I can't watch like The Walking Dead, because it's very unrealistic to me that these people would all want to survive, you know? I feel like at least one of them
It's very unrealistic that human beings have a survival instinct and don't want to die, because, you know, all of us were the exact opposite.
my old roommate tried to get me to watch The Walking Dead, and I couldn't get past the first episode because I kept questioning the hospital scene. The guy wakes up to the hospital and everybody's gone, and he just gets up out of the bed and he doesn't know how long he's been there. Apparently he was in a coma, and he finds a door that says like "Don't Dead" open inside. You guys all know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, he was in a coma for how long?
About
Yeah.
a
3
week.
months.
About a
I don't
week?
know.
3
Yeah.
months? Okay,
I don't know.
let's go on
It was about a
the
week.
let's go on the conservative side and say about a week. Okay, so he should not be able to immediately stand up. Number one, if we've
He
learned
can't. He fell
anything
right
from Kill
over.
Bill, right? There should have, like, the doctors abandoned this comatose patient.
Well, the doctors got eaten, Brian.
Wait a second. Don't comatose patients have to be like
Yeah,
fed
exactly,
to air and
exactly.
food?
Yes.
Yeah, he
This,
needs electricity to survive and all that.
yeah, there was no catheter. There was no like.
Yes, there was. He ripped all that stuff out. It's in the scene.
You can't rip a fucking catheter out that easily.
And
It wasn't
even
easily.
The way catheters
Dude.
are inserted inside your bladder, they have a small, like, actually inflated balloon to keep them in place. The only way to remove it would be to use a syringe to take the air out through, like, the little side tube, which it did not show that happening.
Brian's done his homework on this.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and like he just gets up and starts walking around. Like he took out, I think there was a tube in his arm, I guess. Sure.
And his nose.
And okay. He just gets up and he starts walking away. But I guess he was that one scene just fucking fucks me over because I can't get into the entire rest of the show because I'm still thinking like, what happened? If he was there for a week and there was no catheter inserted, like the bed should have been covered in piss.
That's actually crazy. You're completely right. It's almost
Dead,
like he should have just gotten gifted magical powers to turn him into a bugman.
The Walking Dead is a very unrealistic show.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely unrealistic. Zombies, people living through comas and then getting up like it's no problem.
And like my roommate at the time who was making me watch this, we're at the end of the episode and I'm still going on and on about it, and he's like, I don't think you should watch episode 2. I'm like, well, does episode 2 have somebody in a coma?
No.
Alright then, I'm still going to talk about the coma guy. Yeah, so I never got into Walking Dead, I'm sorry.
Is it too late to leave the podcast?
Mike, if you were the last person on Earth, what would you do?
That was the last person on Earth?
During a zombie apocalypse.
During a zombie apocalypse?
Yeah.
I don't know, probably die.
Cool. What a high energy podcast we've had this week.
But no, that's like the honest answer. But I've actually I've thought out zombie apocalypse scenarios because why not?
They had a show on Fox called Last Man on Earth, but by the
I
end
liked
of
that show.
By the end of the first episode, it was a lie.
Shut up! I like that show.
Yeah, I need to watch. I need to catch up on that show because I quit watching it a while back. But it's really
I watched the first 3 seasons of that show, and I was like, they at least need to change their name, but it's a good show.
Noah.
Yeah.
You are the last man on Earth. Zombie, go.
Zombie.
It's in your head. In your head. Okay.
Copyright strike.
Oh yeah. Well, I sung it terribly. It's not recognizable. So Last Person on Earth, Zombie Apocalypse. I've read Max Brooks's book, as unlikely as it seems, because zombies don't produce adenosine triphosphate, a vital catalyst for muscle contraction. I've read Zombie Survival Guide. I played zombie games ever since I was a kid. I think I do okay. What I try to do is I would try to build an underground farm out in the middle of the desert. Or maybe near the coastline, somewhere in the wilderness, maybe off the California Lost Coast. I don't know.
I would do it in the north because the
no,
zombies.
You already answered. You said you would die.
Well, no, I gave one of my answers, the more likely of the two, but I have also, like I said, I have zombie apocalypse
You were about to say you have zombie apocalypse training.
No, I have a zombie apocalypse plan.
My first order of action is to go to the local library and to learn how to build solar panels and batteries to store energy.
That's a good
And then
idea.
my
I already
second,
know how to do that.
okay, thanks, Mike.
So just come find me, and we can be the last men on Earth together.
It's not the
Yeah.
fucking question.
Okay, and I would learn how to do that, and then I would raid my local pet store to get sun lamps that lizards bake under, and I'd
Yeah.
start building underground farms so that way raiders couldn't find my crops.
But
And
you're the last man on Earth. There are no raiders.
oh shit!
Zombie
I don't have.
raiders.
Well, zombies. Are we talking
only-
about like Resident Evil slow zombies? Or are we talking about super quick 28 days later zombies?
We're talking 28 days later zombies. These guys are just fucking
Oh.
enraged from monkey virus.
They're gonna
Fuck
get
those
you.
guys. Ah, I'm gonna die. That's gonna be it. I can't deal with fast zombies. I can deal with slow shuffling zombies. I can't deal with fast, crazed monkey orangutan zombies.
We here at the Tidepool Orchestra are all extremely out of shape.
Wow, speak for yourself, man. I can walk up the stairs and only like get a little bit asthmatic.
I
Round
can
is a
run
shape.
a mile on the. I can run a mile on the treadmill and get a heart attack. What's up,
I
Kat?
didn't say morbidly out of shape. I said extremely out of shape.
I said round is a shape.
Yeah. I'm just as in shape as Pac-Man, and quite frankly, that's my plan, is I'm going to do the Pac-Man plan, and I'm going to try to eat the zombies before they eat me.
It's a good plan.
That's
I
was
mean,
going
who
to
knows?
reference The Walking Dead again, but you hadn't seen it, so it would be
No, I've
useless.
seen the first episode of The Walking Dead. It doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I know I think I've told Michael, but have so I met Andrew Lincoln, the guy who plays the lead character from Walking Dead.
Rick
And
Grimes.
yeah.
Doesn't make
And
any
and
sense.
He was the guy in the coma, and now he's up walking around in bars. You're right. It just
If I ever
What
meet
if
this
he-
man,
I met
What if he's dead by the
Andrew
time?
Lincoln and Norman Reedus in Atlanta. I was at a
Oh.
concert with some friends, and I was at a concert with friends, and I forget who I saw first, but I think I saw Rick first, Andrew Lincoln, and then and I turned to my friend and I'm like, that looks a lot like the guy from Walking Dead, and she's like, yeah, it does. And then we see Norman Reedus walk around the corner, and we both start like fangirling, and we go inside and get our tickets and everything, and they're just kind of standing around chilling. And I was trying to be very polite, and I was like, do you guys mind if I get a picture with you? And they're like, yeah, of course, yeah, it's totally fine. And of course, that started a chain reaction. I felt really bad. And, I got a picture with them, and I turned to Norman Reedus, and I was just like, you're my favorite. And he's like, don't let Andrew hear that. And I'm like, okay. But then there's a couple times where me and my friends would go out. They had like a designated smoking area off to the side. So throughout the concert, we would kind of go out there, and I'd see Norman, and I'm just like, so yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I met them.
do you
Norman
think?
At a
Reedus
Coco Rosie
is pretty
concert.
dreamy.
Yeah.
he's also a really, really, really chill dude.
He seems like it.
I wish I was chill.
Me too. You're kind of high strung sometimes.
Do you think if you bite a zombie, they'll turn back into a people?
I mean, it's possible.
I mean, I'll be honest, that's entirely my bet. I'm betting all of my money on black here. I think if I'm the last man on Earth and there's just zombies everywhere, I'm going to bite the zombies and hope that they turn into peoples.
I mean, you're
Well,
taking a
yeah.
gamble. Sorry, go ahead, Kat.
I was just saying that's one way to do it.
Yeah. You're kind of taking a gamble. I mean, it's a win-win either way. Either you do actually turn him back into a person, or he bites you, and then you're a zombie, and then you're fitting in.
I've never fit him in my life, so I think that would be good.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Yeah, if I'm the last person on Earth, that means I'm popular.
Actually, yeah, they will all be after you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the most popular alive person, or person alive.
but I'm also the worst person alive.
But you're also the best person alive.
You're also the most attractive person alive.
That's not true. I am.
Wow, okay.
Okay.
Kidding.
All right,
I'm
that's
asking my insecurities with narcissism.
all right. So I think that's going to be it for side A. Pretty low energy this week. Sorry about that. We'll be right back.
End of side A. Please continue on side B.